Hey there! So let's talk about HubSpot. It's an absolute powerhouse, right? But with all that power comes, well, a storm of alerts. Pings, emails, pop-ups, it can be a lot. But stick with me for the next few minutes because we are going to tame that notification beast for good.
Does your inbox sometimes feel like it's just completely buried under HubSpot updates? You know the feeling. An email for every new lead, a pop-up every time someone looks at a document, a little ping for every single task. If you're nodding your head right now, trust me, you are not alone. It's that classic case of having way too much of a good thing.
But hey, don't worry, because there is a much, much better way. We're about to walk through the exact settings you need to find. We're going to transform that notification chaos into a super focused, productive workspace. It's time to put you back in the driver's seat.
Okay, first things first, we've got to find your notification headquarters. Seriously, think of this place as the mission control for every single alert that HubSpot can possibly send your way.
And you know what? Getting there is super simple. All you got to do is log in, click that little settings gear icon up in the top nav bar, and then in the menu on the left, just click notifications. And boom, just like that, you are in mission control.
All right, now that we're in, you're going to see a few different levels of control. Let's start with level 1. This is the big on and off switch. And the first big decision is about the channel. In other words, where do you actually want to see these alerts?
So you've basically got 4 main channels to choose from. You've got email, your desktop, the mobile app, and any other apps you've connected, like Slack. I like to think of these as the main faucets. So, for example, if you never ever want to get another push notification from HubSpot on your phone again, you can just turn that entire faucet off right here. Okay, so once you've picked where the alerts go, it's time for the really powerful part. Level 2 is all about deciding what you actually get alerts about. This right here is how we filter out all that noise and really zero in on what matters. You know, the stuff that helps you close that deal or solve that customer's problem.
Now, if you're in sales, listen up because this screen is your new best friend. I mean, sure, you could get an alert for every single email open or click, but why? Instead, you can zero in on the things that actually drive action, like a brand new lead assignment or a reminder for that big closing call. The whole point isn't to get more data, it's to sell smarter and faster.
And if you're on the service team, this section is basically your command center for keeping customers happy. Instead of getting totally bogged down by every little update, you can choose to only get notified about, say, a high-priority ticket, or when a teammate mentions you directly, or when a new conversation pops up that needs a super fast reply. This is how you stay on top of things without burning out.
Of course, we can't forget about the marketers. This is your spot to control the fire hose of campaign information. You can get alerts for social media mentions, get a heads up when a big list is done processing, or just get a simple weekly summary of your workflows. You can even turn off those routine product updates if you'd rather just catch up on those later.
And last but not least, we have the commerce and admin alerts. This is all the operational stuff, right? Things like payment statuses, important CRM events like a new app install, or admin requests. And look, a lot of this stuff is crucial, but you still get to decide which ones are important enough for an immediate interruption.
So the biggest takeaway from all of this is just how simple it is. Seriously, every single one of those items we just flew through has a little checkbox right next to it. See an alert that's just adding to the noise? Just uncheck the box. It is literally that easy to start cleaning up your digital life.
Okay, you ready to get even more granular? This is level 3. We've picked our channels, we've filtered our topics, and now we get to fine-tune exactly how those alerts show up. And we're just going to use desktop notifications as our main example here.
So on your desktop, you really have 3 different styles to play with. First, there's the bell. This one's super subtle. It's just a little red dot that appears inside HubSpot. Then you have the pop-up, which is way more direct. A little box just appears on your screen. And finally, browser, which is just that standard notification from Chrome or Safari. You can pick whatever fits your workflow best or even mix and match them.
And for the final little touches, you can decide if you want that classic notification sound to go along with your pop-ups. You can also control that little red dot that shows up on your browser tab, you know, the one that's always kind of nagging you to check what's new. If you want total silence and visual calm, guess what? You can turn them both off. All right, I know that was a lot of settings. It can feel a little overwhelming, right? So the big question is, where do you actually start? Well, I've got a super simple, super effective action plan for you. Here's the most important first step. Do not turn everything on at once. Please. Just start with email and desktop notifications only. Try living with that for a few days. If, and only if, you feel like you're missing really important time-sensitive stuff, then you can think about adding mobile back into the mix.
In this next part, this is the real key to long-term success. You have to make this a habit. After your first week, promise me you'll go back into these settings. Ask yourself, what felt like noise? What was actually useful? And then be ruthless about it. Uncheck anything that didn't actually help you. The goal here is a high-signal, low-noise workspace. And that's really it. You are no longer just a passenger getting bombarded by alerts. You are the pilot. You're sitting at the controls and you get to decide what information you get and when you get it. It seems like a small change, but it makes such a huge difference to your focus every single day. So, I'll leave you with a question to get you started. Think about it right now. What is the single noisiest alert you get from HubSpot? The one that constantly interrupts you but doesn't really add much value. Got it? Okay, go find it in your settings and turn it off today. Your future, more focused self is definitely going to thank you.